Hello guys and welcome to a new video. In this video I'm going to model the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra. So let's get started. First I have a cube. I gave it the actual dimensions of the phone. These are 164 millimeters and 7.9 millimeters for the thickness or Y dimension and 78.1 millimeter for the width. I'll add a circle. Make it around 8 vertices. Scale that one down. X90. Scale down. Now add a mirror modifier on the X and Y axis and now move it to the side like that. Scale it down. And now if we delete these parts and these parts and allow clipping, extrude along the X and this one extrude along the Z. Now we have roughly the shape of the phone. Just like that. And we need to add loop cuts so that we have roughly the same distance between every vertex and the other. So for the other part, something around there is fine. And for this part, let's increase a little bit. Something around here. Apply the mirror modifier. M to merge by distance, so we make sure that there are no overlapping vertices in the parts where the mirror connected. Okay, now let's fill first. Add the grid fill. Extrude along the y-axis and make sure that we give it almost the same thickness as this cube. This cube is our reference for the dimensions of the phone. Okay, so something around here. And now if we add it, subdivision surface, that's looking good. If you take a look at the reference, you realize that the screen part is flat, but the back part is kind of curved at the edges. You want that slight curve. So apply one level of subdivision surface. Now select the frontal part only. To select this whole part, I selected the first point and Shift Control select the second point. Okay, I need extra more. So Shift Control select this one. 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 Select this one. Okay, now we need to make this whole part flat and we need it to be at the level of this vertex, for example. So let's select that one last and make the pivot point active element and scale along the y-axis and press 0. Okay. So now we have this part like that. If we shade smooth, if we add subdivision surface, alright, let's move that back a little. We have the shapes that we're looking for. Maybe move that one a little. Do the same for the other corners. Now let's get started with cutting holes in this model. So let's add a loop cut here. Select this one. Double G to move it back a little. Maybe apply another level of subdivision. Select these parts right here. Insert them with I. Scale them along the y-axis a little bit. Something around this. Okay, now delete the faces. And if we add a subdivision surface now, we need to make that curved like a circle from sides, like that. So let's go back, Blender. So let's select our face and Control S and make it cursor to select it, so it will be in the middle, right here. Now let's add a circle. Scale it down. We need first to count how many vertices we need in that circle. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 4 vertices, so we're going from 8. Let's scale it down a lot. Something around here. Oh. Let's go back there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's rotate it. Scale it up a little. Yeah. Turn off that subdivision for a moment. Okay, now merge this vertex with this vertex at last. Merge this one with this one at last. Merge these two at last. And merge these two at last. And delete the rest of the circle. Now if we go out of edit mode, that is the shape we're going for. Select these faces. So select the shortest path. You select the face, press Ctrl, select the other face. It'll select the shortest path. What if you want to select this whole segment? You'll basically select shortest passes multiple times till you get there. Hope you get that idea. Okay, now select these faces, delete faces, select these faces, Shift D to copy them. Let's make our Boeing 3D cursor now. SX -1, it's right there. Now select everything, merge everything by distance, and they are perfectly aligned there now. Okay, to fix this problem, this is a normal problem. Just select everything, Alt N, recalculate outside, and we're good. Select this, apply the scale of the model so that we're not mess things up while inserting. Now let's insert that. Oh, let's extrude it, scale down along the y-axis. Okay, now we can extrude it up on the z-axis, and to fill that all, Control F, grid fill, play with this offset and span. Just keep trying different numbers. Span of 3, offset of 6, and symbol blending. That one will work well. Maybe add a little bevel here. Control B bevel. Make it 2 in the shape of 1. Nice. That's what we're looking for. Let's carve these holes and these ones in the other part. Well, let's start with the ones in the other part first. Between the end of the circle and the middle of the form. So this is roughly the middle of the form, and this is roughly the end. So we'll make them somewhere around here. Select these parts, deselect these parts. We need to have individual origins, so insert. Now loop tools, circle, scale down, rotate a little bit, move along the y-axis a little bit, Oh, delete faces, select both of them, extrude along the z-axis, grid fill, select this one, grid fill, select this loop, bevel, extrude 2 in the shape of 1. Okay, we have the perfect shape now. Carefully, they need to be a little bit closer and a little bit bigger. So let's undo everything we did. Let's select all these faces. All these faces and all these faces. Inset, do pools, circle, scale down a little, delete faces, and select these parts, circle, regular, extrude along the z-axis, select each one, grid fill, this one as well, grid fill, select this, and this, Control B, add a bevel, 2 in the shape of 1. Okay, that's looking good now. Think we're doing pretty good. Now we can actually get them a little bit closer. Like, move it along the x-axis a little bit. Okay. So in the lower part, we have 2 holes and this place for the speaker and this place where the pen lies. So we need to make that shape first. So we'll do a similar job than this one, but we'll make it a little bit bigger. Actually, I just realized that this shape needs to be scaled a little bit along the y-axis. So select these points, Control plus Control plus Control plus Control plus Control plus scale along the y-axis. Hey, that's better. Select these ones. And we deselect these ones. Okay, now inset, delete faces. Let's select these vertices and duplicate them, move them along the x-axis till we get there. Now let's scale them along the y-axis. Select this whole part and Shift S, cursor to select it to be in the middle right here. Make the pivot point the 3D cursor. Select this, duplicate it, SX, -1. Okay, now this one and this one, merge at last. 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 Okay, let's do the same thing that other side, merge at last. Select this whole part, deselect these and scale along the x-axis. Move that one a little. Move that one a little. Move that one a little. Okay, now extrude along the z-axis and grid fill. Play with the values a little bit. Select this block, Control B, bevel, do in the shape of 1. Okay, we have this part. Select this loop, duplicate it, scale it down a little bit, Control F, grid fill, G along the z-axis a little, extrude it along the z-axis. Let's add a loop cut here. Edge loop here. Select these 2 faces, select these parts, inset, circle, scale down, delete faces, select this part, Extrude along the z-axis. Control F for grid fill. Select this, but bevel. Select this one too and just move it without proportional editing. Needs to get a little bit smaller. Along the X and Y axis only. Need to add bevel right here. Control B. Bevel of 2 in the shape of 1. Do the same for the lower part. Control B. Okay. Shade smooth. We are doing good so far. Now, select this whole bar by pressing L and let's move it up. On the X-ray, move this along the Z-axis, somewhere around here. Control I to invert selection, height. Select this loop, SZ0. Actually select everything and deselect this loop. SZ0. Actually no. Need to deselect this one. SZ0. Go back to edit mode. Alt H to unhide. Select these bots. Inset. Scale down. Circle. Scale down. It's roughly the same size of the circle right there. Let's duplicate it to see if it's the same size. It's actually bigger. Little duplicate. Select it again. Scale it down. Duplicate it to see if it's the same. Yeah, it's roughly the same now. Oh. Select these blocks. Delete faces. Select the part. Extrude along the z-axis. Control F. Grid fill. Select this block. Bevel. To in the shape of 1. Now what we need to do next. We need to make this shape. Select this whole bot, I think. Get a little bit closer. Inset. Scale down along the y-axis. Scale down a lot along the y-axis. Delete faces. Let's try. Simply. Now we make a medium point. S, X. Somewhere around here it'll be circular enough. Scale up a little. Select this robot SZ0. Now extrude it along the z-axis. Control F, grid fill. Play with the span a little. Okay, now select this block. Control B, bevel. Good. Control S to save. Now we need to make the place where the pen rests. So here's gonna be around here. It's gonna be circular on the edges too. So roughly this whole bot. Actually, we need more geometry. We need all this bot. Inset. Delete faces. Let's try circle with 16. See what we're getting. So L, scale down, scale down, scale down. Bring it here. Bring it here. Scale down. Somewhere around here is fine. Okay, now scale it along the x-axis. Something like that. Now let's start connecting points. M, merge at last. M at last. At last. I think we've messed up something. From this one to this one, we have, let's open our statistics. Where do we have those? Yes, right here. Okay, so these are 9 vertices, and from this one to this one, these are 8 vertices. So we need to rotate the circle until we have only 8 vertices. This won't work. Yeah, it will work like that. Now scale it along the x-axis, somewhere around here. Let's start. Scale it along the y-axis a little, scale a little, scale a little. G. Okay, we're good now. So let's start merging. Merge at last. 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 Leads the remaining of it. Move these along the z-axis a little. These along the z-axis too. These spots as well. These two as well. Hey, I think we're fine now. Select these bars. Duplicate them, move them along the x-axis. This x minus 1. Move them around here. This one and this one. Merge at last. This one and this one. Merge at last. At last. At first. At first. At first. At first. At first. So now we need to fix that. I think we're doing okay now. Let's just fix that shape a little. Some manual adjustments. Okay, so far so good. Now, select this whole shape. Extrude along the z-axis. Control F, grid fill. Something around there is nice. Now, let's bevel this bot. Control B. And that's it for the first part of the tutorial. Stay tuned for the next part.